guys, it's Lise. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be sharing some tips and tricks and everything you need to know about how to be successful as an online college student. Now, a lot of people have been telling me that it is better if you go to an actual physical class with a teacher face to face, but I personally like doing online classes better than actually going on campus. That's just my personal preference because I can do my homework whenever I want, you know what I mean? So if you're like me and you don't want to actually go on campus, then this video is for you. Yay! Okay, the first thing I should let you guys know is I don't take all of my classes online. I just take the majority of the classes online. Now, the reason I do this is because there are certain classes that it is just better if you take on campus and you actually go to school to learn. For example, math. Math is one of those subjects where if you're really smart with math, if you can do math on your own and teach yourself how to do things, fine, do it, go for it, take math online. However, I actually need to go to class for math because I would probably most likely fail math if I were to take it online. So just keep in mind if you're not that good at math or science or any subject, then consider taking it on campus. Just getting that information out of the way. Now, I am going to be going over what you will need for an online class. So, I wrote a list in my notebook of everything that I think you guys will be needing to be successful in an online class. Now, the first thing that's kind of really important for you to have for an online class is a laptop or a computer, desktop, whatever, something that you can actually use to complete your homework on. You don't need a fancy laptop like the MacBook. You can easily just get an HP or whatever, something that's way cheaper than this, but I needed it for editing too, so that's why I got this. But if you don't have a computer or a laptop or anything that you can do homework on, then you're most likely not going to be able to do online classes because obviously you kind of need a laptop for an online class. I mean, it's online. So that's the first thing that's really important for you to have in order to be successful in an online class. The second thing you may need is a notebook. Now, this is a 4-subject notebook. You don't need like a notebook for each class individually. I'm taking 4 classes online and then 1, obviously my math class, on campus. So I just got a 4-subject notebook because I thought it would be easier just to have one and everything in it rather than having a whole bunch of different notebooks for different subjects that I might lose. So it's just a simple 5-star notebook, 4 subjects for 4 classes. The next thing that I suggest you get, for those of you who like to print your class syllabus out or print worksheets that they give you through PDFs out, I suggest that you get folders. Those of you who would rather print things out to have them physically in front of you, these are a nice way to keep all your papers organized. So that's optional. You don't have to just because it is an online class and everything is online. So that's just a good way to stay organized if you do end up printing anything out. Next thing that you absolutely need to have, depending on what classes you are taking, are textbooks. Now, a lot of your guys' teachers will tell you if a textbook is required or not. Most of the time they are, and you're gonna have to buy those because woohoo, college isn't free, y'all, so fun. Anyway, you're gonna need your textbooks. Make sure you get the right edition that your professor wants and the right author and everything, because if not, she's gonna tell you page blah 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 you'll see this table, blah, 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 blah. And then if you don't have the right edition, you're gonna flip to that page and you're not gonna see the table that she's talking about. And you may be confused. So I suggest you write down the ISBN number, type in that number on like Amazon or something, and rent your books from there. Next thing is ebooks. Some professors may require you to purchase the ebook instead of an actual physical copy of a textbook. And I personally prefer physical copies of textbooks just because I find it easier to take notes and things like that. But the reason they want us to purchase the ebook instead of the actual physical book is because sometimes the textbook includes in-text activities that they want us to complete for a grade. So if your professor wants you to purchase an ebook, just get the ebook. And then if it really bugs you that much that you can't really study that well with an ebook, then I suggest you either rent or buy the physical version of that book, or you can ask if your school has it in the library and you could just borrow it. I know that was an option. I emailed my teacher asking her if I absolutely needed the ebook or if I could just get the hard copy, but she said I needed it. She also told me that I could borrow it if I really needed it that bad, but I'm just gonna get by with it, so it's fine. The next thing is sticky notes. Sticky notes are for your hard copy textbook. If you want to take extra little note or mark what page a certain problem is or a certain whatever is, then I would write it down on this and stick it on my textbook, and then that way it's just easier for me to find the pages that I need for in the future when I'm studying. The last thing that is very important for you to have in order to take an online class is a good Wi-Fi connection, because without a Wi-Fi connection you're gonna get logged out, or the Wi-Fi is gonna freeze on you during a test or quiz or something, and that is not good. So you need to have a good Wi-Fi connection. If you don't, then go to your local Starbucks or something and complete your homework or tests or quizzes there. But that's something that's kind of a necessity for an online class. So moving on to tips and organization hacks, or whatever you want to call them. First thing that I highly suggest you do in order to succeed in an online class is to make to-do lists. These will be your best friend in an online class. I'm not even gonna lie. The way I like to organize my to-do list, I don't have anything written because these are new. My to-do list is up there. But the way I like to organize my to-do list is by not the subject, but by what the assignment is. So let's say I have quizzes in each and every one of my online classes. I would write quizzes, and then I'd write all the quizzes that I have to do by a certain day in that little list. And then I'll move on to the next list and say assignments or just normal homework. And then I'd write all of those for all the subjects. And then I would write tests and then all of those. That's because if I write each and every subject individually and then write all the assignments due for that subject, I'll get too confused. You can honestly organize it however you want. I just prefer to do it this way just because it's like, okay, this is all my homework that I have to do. This is all the tests that I have to complete. These are all the quizzes that my professors assigned me for this week, and you just have to keep up with it weekly. Sometimes your teachers will open up 1 or 2 weeks ahead of when it's actually due, so you could either get ahead or write down your to-do list for those weeks. You just have to make sure you keep up with your to-do list. It's very satisfying when you finish something and you just cross it off. I absolutely love that feeling. It's like, yes, I finally finished something. Honestly, just figure out the best way that works for you and you will be good. The next thing on my list is a planner. These are also really helpful if you actually keep up with them. Now, I used to never keep up with my planners. I would always get one and I would never use it, but it is actually really helpful. So I suggest you get one. Just write down when something is due. This is very helpful when writing what is due when. Now, your to-do list, you could just write the assignments that are due that week. This you can write down when it is due. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about a planner. The next tip is to take notes. Now, when I first started doing online classes my junior year of high school, I used to never take notes. I would always just go into the homework assignment BSing it, and I would always just BS the tests and the quizzes too. And that wasn't very good. Like, okay, I did fine, but I could have done better, and this is how you could do better. I promise you. Those lecture videos that they post on your online dashboard or whatever you call it for your school will help you so much. So, this is how I take notes, okay? I like to make little sections, little boxes of each topic that they go through, so there's that. It'll save you some time in the end when taking your quizzes and your tests, because you could just look through your notes, your lecture notes, while you're working on the quizzes, and it's all there for you. So go through your lecture notes, read the textbook and the text assignments that they give you, and take notes on the text as well, and you will be perfectly fine. The next thing is to make a schedule. So for example, I know I have dance in the evenings every day, every evening from like 4:30 to freaking 8:30 at night. I have dance. So because I know I am booked in the evening, I schedule my homework time and my studying time and my test time and my quiz time to the mornings that I don't have anything going on. So I dedicate like from 10:30 to 12:30 homework time. I usually don't dedicate any homework time for Tuesdays and Thursdays, only because I had school early in the morning and then I get a break before, like an hour or 2 hour break before dance. So make a schedule and be consistent with it, and that will help you. Make sure you have a clean and organized workspace, because if you do not, you will not be motivated to do homework at all. I know when my workspace is messy and cluttered, I cannot concentrate as well as I would be able to if it was clean and organized. So make sure if it's messy before you start your homework, just declutter it for a little bit and then start your homework, and you'll be able to concentrate a lot better. Also, another tip that I heard that I actually don't really listen to, but I think it would help, is don't do your homework in your bedroom, because your bedroom is your relaxing space for when you need to de-stress and decompress and all that goodness. So I actually do homework in the kitchen, but when my family's here and they're being a little bit loud, I will come up to my room and do my homework. But then I end up becoming lazy because my bed is so comfortable, and I'll go on my phone and I just can't do homework on my bed. So find a workspace that's not in your bedroom, that is clean and organized, and you'll be able to focus a lot easier than you would be in your bedroom. Last but not least is to keep a positive mindset. I know it can be very hard at times taking online classes because, well, it's online and it's pretty much yourself telling you that you have to do this. And a lot of the times it's not enjoyable. I know. Trust me, I've been there. I'm still here. Tell yourself positive things like, I can do this. Let me take a break. I will come back to it when I am more calm and my mind is more clear. Because I cannot tell you enough how many times I have had breakdowns while doing homework. Ooh, fun times, you know what I mean? Anyway, keep a positive mindset. I'm not gonna lie, online classes are very hard. They're difficult, but I know you can do it. I can do it. Self-motivation, woohoo! You can do this. Tell yourself you can do this, and tell yourself you are smart and intelligent. And I sound like my statistics teacher right now because she was telling this to us on our first day of school, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Anyway, try not to become too overwhelmed when you are feeling stressed, when you are feeling anxious about something. Take a step back. Don't worry about your homework. Give yourself a break, like I said earlier. It's not the end of the world. It's just homework. It's just an online class. I know it's pretty important, keeping up with your education and all, but I promise you it's not the end of the world. You will get back on track, okay? Just need to stay calm. Tell yourself you can do it. Stay positive. Keep a positive mindset. And you will be good to go. Pen drop. Alright. Hey, my pen matches my shirt. Cool. Anyway, I hope this video helped some of you guys out there. If it did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you're taking online classes or not. Also, if you guys have any more questions or want advice on online classes or anything at all, give me an email. My email is in the description box below. I forgot to say subscribe to my channel, so I'm doing that now. Subscribe to my channel, please. Don't forget to follow me on my social media accounts. I have 2 Instagram accounts. One's my photography account and one is my personal name account. They're right here, Elisa Lily R and Elisa Lily Photography, and they will also be in the description box below. I'm pretty sure that's it. I totally did my outro out of order, but that's okay. I'm not gonna stress about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next week with another video. Bye guys.